Before we start, please watch my previous video. The link will be in the description. Amy Schneider returned for her 26th game on Jeopardy! She won a 25-day total of $918,000 even. As explained in the previous video, Ken Jennings' introduction was, if you've been watching Jeopardy! This week, you know that in Monday's and Tuesday's games, our returning champion, Amy Schneider, could not be caught heading into Final Jeopardy! But that's not unusual, that's par for the course for Amy, who has had 21 of her 25 games be runaways or lock games. That's pretty impressive. That's a very impressive stat. But as I know better than anyone, you never know which will be the day when the challenger can unseat you here is on the stage. Could it be Mike or Chantal? That's the third time Ken ended a preamble in, as I know better than anyone, you never know when a challenger will unseat you. The more I think about how Amy was a challenger who defeated a 5-day champion herself, I also noticed the amount of pauses Ken added in the preamble. The unintentional effect is perhaps a symbol of how ominous a player Amy is. The first question is so long. This violet-eyed cat on a hot tin roof actress left a single life in 1950 and 1952, 1957, 1959, 1964, 1975, 1976, and 1991. I timed it. It took 14 seconds for Ken to read. After Mike answered Taylor, as in Elizabeth Taylor, Ken added, Elizabeth Taylor's correct and I'm out of breath already. I was once told by a friend who saw a live taping of the show when Alex Trebek was hosting, he would sometimes re-record the questions during the commercial breaks. I assume every host has done this too. Essentially, it's similar to reading a script. Go figure. Because you need everything to be precise and naturally, no one can read all the questions in one perfect go. All that being said, I really wanted to be there in person to hear Ken reading the first question live, to hear how long it took him to read it precisely.
It was Megan Rapinoe?
Correct, Megan Rapinoe.
Player for 1,000?
Ken corrected the pronunciation, so she got the answer anyway. I thought you needed to pronounce it correctly. Since it was an aim, I'm not so sure how lenient the rules are. I mean, there was that one time Arthur Chu answered Francis McDormand, and it wasn't accepted. Mike has a YouTube channel, so I tried to look that up too. So many viewers were actually curious because they asked, what's his YouTube channel? Landing on Jeopardy would certainly have been an excellent way to promote it. After all, Ken concluded by telling him, Jeopardy could add some new viewers today that are just fans of your video graphic design. Like, comment, subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Mike's channel got just under 200,000 subscribers. I only have 57 as of recording this, and I barely cracked the 60,000 view mark. Amy's anecdote was about baseball. Little League from when she was a kid, and the question after the mini anecdotal interviews was a baseball question. I find it funny how Amy's first line in her anecdote was, we went an entire season without winning a single game, and Mike answered the baseball question correctly. I'm actually really confused as to how Amy didn't answer, what's a knuckleball, since her anecdote included baseball lingo, fly ball. All three contestants got a daily double. Amy got the daily double, risked $3,000, got it right, and that took her to $10,200. It shows a Christmas ship parade. It's too late for Christmas. The next question was also just 4 days after New Year's Day, and 5 days after New Year's Eve, which Jeopardy would have aired on. Chantal ended the first round winning $2,600, breaking the tie between her and Mike. Amy was on the lead at $11,000. Chantal got the daily double, risked $2,000, unfortunately answered wrong, and went down to $3,400.
Who is Rand?
That's correct, Ayn Rand.
So he pronounces it Ayn Rand? I actually heard both. The one I was introduced to was Anne Rand. No wonder Amy just answered Rand. Mike got a daily double. Right when he did, Ken had to correct Amy's score since her ambivalent answer was technically right. Mike risked $6,799, almost a true daily double. Got it right, and that took him from $6,800 to $13,599. There's a question where the answer was Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel. I actually had to read this book for college. Mike ended Double Jeopardy winning $14,999. Amy was on the lead at $31,000. The Final Jeopardy category was the 1950s. The question was, the first TV debate between presidential candidates of the same party involved him and future running mate Estes Kavofer. I know the first televised debate was between Kennedy and Nixon, so my guess is Nixon. The answer was Adlai Stevenson. Amy was the only one to answer correctly, and since she answered Leave to Beaver and Perry Mason in the previous game, of course she would know 1950s TV. She risked $1,000, and that took her final score to $32,000. She's now at a 26-day total of $950,000 even. And as always, thank you for watching.